All right, so this is by far and away the most frequently asked question in the Pies Footy community, and it has to do with the father-son prospect next year. Thomas McGuane, son of Mick McGuane, needs no further introduction. We are wanting to know, how are we going to match the bid for McGuane, as he's a projected top 5/top 10 pick at the moment in a draft that is admittedly stacked with midfielders. So this could get interesting as to where McGuane ends up in the draft rankings by the time it's all said and done next November. McGuane averaged close to 27 disposals in the Coates Talent League this year as a bottom ager, and definitely knew where the goals were and kicked some clutch goals looking back at his season. He didn't make the Vic Metro side for the National Championships, as similar to next year. This year was stacked full of midfielders, so McGuane couldn't find himself in there playing for the Western Jets, a lesser team as well. Usually that team from Vic Metros is stacked with Sandy Dragons players, Stingrays, Chargers and the like. So it wasn't, I guess that would have been the cherry on top for McGuane's bottom age year. I say that because he also played under his father for Keilor in the EDFL, I want to say, in the top division, and won a flag in a senior side, which is important to see that Thomas McGuane can thrive in a senior environment where there are bigger bodies there. He's 177 centimetres, so he is quite small and he's very slim at the moment. So if he does, or when he does get drafted, there's a chance we don't see McGuane in the midfield straight away, maybe not even on the wing. I would imagine he would be finding his way at VFL level, but also if he plays early in the AFL side, you'd probably expect him to play a lot of small forward time. And yeah, with the ability to find the goals, that left foot of his, I think that would be the best way to go about it. And let's kind of hope, this might sound sinister in a way, but let's maybe hope that McGuane doesn't have the best top age year, so that he does slide in this draft. Maybe just give him a little bump on the shoulder, say, hey mate, like maybe just in these big games, don't play super well. Don't find yourself landing in the top 5 and make things easier for us. But nevertheless, let's not pray for that. Let's hope he in all seriousness does have a really good year and validates what he's done in his bottom age year. So we're going to talk about the new rules first and foremost, so that we can understand what I'm about to show. With the new draft rules being implemented next year, the father-son discount goes from 20% to 10%. So 10% gone then and there as far as getting a discount is concerned, and picks up to pick 73 hold value. Anything after that holds no value. So where teams in the past would stockpile a bundle of picks beyond 73 to match higher bids, that is no longer possible. The other thing which is really important to note, which make things easy to get players and match their father, sons or academy bids, is the fact that from 2025 next year onwards, we are able to use futures 2 years in advance. Now, when I say that, for example, in 2025, we could use, and this could be for a blockbuster trade, let's use as an example, we have access to our first round pick in 2025, 2026, and 2027. So you have 2 years of access ahead of time, but also you have access to that first rounder in that present moment. So that's 3 first round picks. So we're going to see many more blockbuster trades for clubs around the AFL. But the other thing is we also have access to 2 years in advance with our second and third rounders, including the present moment. So a bundle of 3 future seconds or a bundle of 3 future thirds is also at our disposal to ensure that we don't miss on players like McGuane. So this is how we do it, okay? I just want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Pommy in Oz. Does amazing work when it comes to draft, trade, his understanding and the way he's able to articulate it to the community is second to none. And I've just taken a screenshot from his spreadsheet regarding the new point changes when it comes to the draft next year. So right here, we have Thomas McGuane sitting at, for argument's sake, for the hypothetical of this video, we've got him sitting at pick 5 behind Dyson Sharp, Lewis Emmett, Zeke Uland, and Oliver Greaves. We've got him at number 5. So in the past, he has, or pick 5 would be worth 2,034 points. In 2025, that value decreases to 1,962. Sorry, that's a lie. Let me say that again. I was looking at pick 4. Pick 5 used to be 1,878 points. It's now 1,795. With the 10% discount, we can see here that McGuane would cost Collingwood in points 1,616 points. So what needs to happen here? When you match a bid, you need to have a bundle of picks that are equivalent to this amount to ensure that you can match the bid for McGuane, right? So let's give you 2 examples, right? We could do something as simple as getting, and I'll get my calculator up as well, just so we can do it together. Let's go here. So he's worth 1616. So where's the 800 value mark? So say we win the flag, right? We have pick 18 from winning the flag. So we have 836 points. And then perhaps if he's worth 1616, then we need something from down here, perhaps in the second round. Let's go here. 757. That takes us to 1593. And then really all we need from here is a third rounder or a fourth rounder at that. That is before pick 73 and will probably take us just a little bit above 1616. And that is a simple match for Thomas McGuane. So we could use our first rounder in this example, or we could even do something like this where hypothetically maybe we take, so this is here, one moment, picks in the 20s are valuable still, so we got pick 19 here, which is 757, so we'll take 757, we'll take, for example, pick 19, pick 20, which is 721, that takes us to 1478, and then we could even take, for example, pick 28 down here, which is worth 480. And all of a sudden we have an excess to be able to match this bid for Thomas McGuane. And then we have leftovers, which the AFL will reciprocate and give us something back in return. I forgot, that's the one thing I haven't got my head around, what happens with the leftover points. I think we get something equivalent to that in the draft as far as the pick is concerned. So really, I just wanted to make this video to show you how easy it's going to be to acquire Thomas McGuane, and that's if he falls at pick 5. Smaller body, will take time to adapt to the game. Well, what are we looking at? We're looking at smaller players like, I don't want to go as far as Nick Watson, but it took him almost the entire season to really find his way. And with McGuane being more of a midfielder, he's going to have to build his craft and work around the physical, combative style that he will find himself at AFL level in 2026. But it certainly is an exciting time for Collingwood. We have Thomas McGuane coming. We have Anthony and Saverio Rocker's kids coming. We have Josh Fraser's kid. And of course, teams around the AFL are going to kick up a fuss with the whole father-son thing. But I say, well, your players just don't nut out good enough kids. And we do. We got something special brewing in our eggs and everything else in between. That makes great father-sons. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And similar to what I've been saying about Ed Allen, when McGuane does come in, we have a responsibility just to go easy on him, be patient, don't expect the world from him. We have a responsibility as fans not to hype him up too much. I know I've done that a lot on this channel, but when he does come onto the scene, I am going to, I guess, display a level of patience and ensure that that is also reciprocated across the Pies Footy community, because he's a young, smaller player coming into the AFL, so we don't want to see him go to waste. That would be, it wouldn't be nice. We don't want to see another Tyler Brown, another Callum Brown, or Will Kelly, for example. Even though McGuane is being seen in a different light, he is a serious prospect, whereas Callum and Tyler and Will were drafted much later in their draft year. So Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I hope I've covered that well. I hope that makes sense. And once again, big shout out to Pommy for making this spreadsheet. Go Pies.